I have recently been getting back into Inscryption. Some weeks ago it was on sale on Humble Bundle, and I bought a couple of copies for some friends. And since then, I've been getting back into it myself, just doing some Casey's mod runs. Of course, for my friends, I didn't give them any spoilers, and they really liked the game, like the main story. Now they're on challenges as well. As for me, well, I've played quite a lot of Inscryption. You can see there my victories to defeat ratio is 2 to 1, which is not bad. And all my other stats, I think a lot of stats are kind of useless in the context of being a total, whereas in a single run, it's more interesting. So, for example, like most scales damage, you can do infinite combos, so this isn't very impressive as a stat. For example, the Black Goat with Unkillable and Ouroboros together, that's a very popular and well-known infinite combo. You can do the same thing with a Red Heart that has Unkillable, but it's not as efficient in that sense because you need to use a Cockroach twice. But yeah, there are ways to pull off infinite damage, and that also applies to bones as well. There are infinite sacrifice combos, so yeah, really, really useless stats. But in the context of a single run, it's a lot more useful. You could challenge yourself and say, what's the most scale damage I can do without an infinite combo, or even what's the least you can do and clear a single run. I think least is probably going to be like 4. I can't imagine, like, yeah, I can't imagine doing less than 4 damage considering some of the threats. Maybe 3 is possible, but unlikely. Maybe without challenges as well. That would help. Anyway. Oh, and I think one stat to address is like my Mantis God's picked. The reason that's so low, despite the amount of runs, is because I always play with challenges. Minimum 140, and sometimes runs can just go completely wrong. There's just sometimes just unwinnable situations you can't do much about. But yeah, today I want to do Skull Storm with the Curious Egg deck. It's just one of those things. This is considered to be the hardest deck to use and the most useless, I think is the way people would put it. But I think this is one of those agree to disagree situations. I don't think it's useless, it's niche, but there is a way to get around a lot of its downsides. And wow, with this start, yeah, I can definitely get around some of the downsides. It's got a Cuckoo already. I just need to think about other options. So the way to treat the Curious Egg deck in the early game is these are squirrels and blockers. And essentially this is a worse zero cost deck as well. It allows you to kind of use these as sacrifices and blockers, and therefore it is technically a worse zero cost deck because it has the bone requirement. But after you get that initial bone, you can just draw from your main deck, which is actually a major upside. Not having to waste a turn drawing a squirrel is actually a lot better for you. So it's not a completely useless deck, it's just people don't really know how to use it. So I think Cuckoo and the Bloodhound. I'm going to need the Bloodhound because I'm going to have to address Raven Eggs. I also need some additional damage in general. I don't think it's worth getting this. I'm probably going to go for the Campfire, although I don't have the Adder. Maybe get some new items. I need to prep for the bears. Also, starting in the snow line. It's not ideal. Ooh. That has potential, but why would I want that on Hydras? Let's say I do get enough chances and I manage to get some Hydras out, what use would that be? It wouldn't be very useful. So I do like Morsel, but you need to have the right deck set up. This could be useful if I get a Direwolf. I'm going to take this for now. It's better than nothing, I guess. Right, first battle. So I'm going to get rid of all my items. Hopefully I can find scissors. Bleach wouldn't be too bad if I can also get stronger flying or something. And here we are. We can use that as a squirrel. So already I'm ahead of the curve. Piece of cake. I'm not going to allow myself to do any save scumming or so on. I don't think that's fair. It's not even necessary. If you are save scumming, you're probably playing the game wrong, which sounds harsh, but it's just being realistic. Against the bears, Direwolf, definitely. I love Direwolf. Whenever I see it, I'm just so happy. Bleach doesn't really help me against them, because I don't have flying. It is possible I might get a fan as the next item, but I think take the pliers and hopefully I get scissors. Ah, damn it. Still, this will allow me to open up a space. Now I just need to hold on to it. I could go for a pack rat. I don't really want to transfer a sigil at the moment. That's not a good idea. I could put the Curious Egg sigil onto a Bloodhound. It's not a bad idea. I think when it transforms, it just becomes... It just becomes a Hydra, isn't it? And then goes back to 1 bone cost. I can't remember having used this deck in a long time. So I could go that way and just not take a pack rat, but being able to get items isn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, this is a case of balancing the deck consistency. I also think putting Annoying on Bloodhound would pretty much kill it, because Guardian is going to be a big issue, or it could make it a threat if I get a bird. Yeah, because if a bird appears, Bloodhound's in a really bad spot. I could also try re-rolling the pliers here instead of getting a pack rat. I'll think about it. But essentially this would be the best path, because it would be a net 0 in card count. I'll have to think about it. Whereas getting a +2 means a lot less deck consistency. Yeah, same thing. Ooh, that is very unlucky. Okay, but I can just draw a squirrel and then I'll be playing the Direwolf, so I'm fine. So it does look like I'm going to have to get a new item. Ooh, that is very unlucky. But it's fine. Actually, I don't need to use an item here. So I've got more time to think about it. Raven Egg is dead next turn. Yeah, there we go. Treated the egg as a sacrifice, and I'm back up. And now I can just focus on drawing from here. Don't really have to worry about much. Okay, now is the turning point. This is where I need to consider... I feel like getting something else. Although the Direwolf can only deal 4 damage. I might be able to get a 3 cost from the left. So it does look like I'm going to be transferring this to the Bloodhound. If I can get a 3 cost, that would be really good. I'm going to go left, because I think having a net 0 in card gain is going to be better for me. I just really hope I get a 3 cost. Ah, that opened up more options, damn. Okay. A Grizzly. Okay, that really works. I think I'm going to transfer the Direwolf Sigil then. Because in the long run, I can buff this Grizzly, which will allow me to just deal with them in general. Yeah, I need to hold on to Poe's Clock, no matter what. The sad thing, though, is transferring that Sigil does mean I lose a requirement towards the Hydra, which is the 5 health. Although getting 5 health is a lot easier if I can just get another 3, or even I could just spam the Campfire on like a 1 health card. Yeah, in a lot of ways, the best move is to make the Grizzly stronger. This is difficult. This is a very difficult decision. Although getting rid of... I could get rid of the Bloodhound, you know, and just have these 2 as my main 2 draws, because drawing the Bloodhound in general is just bad for me. And its stats aren't too, like, difficult to get. Oh, gosh. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna put this on the Grizzly. Maybe I can paint one at Goobert. I don't really have to worry too much about Curious Egg, because in the end... Ooh, the deck is a starter. It's not the be-all, end-all. I don't know if I want to re-roll my items. I definitely want to keep Poe's Clock, but I don't have to worry about having the pliers anymore. So if I draw the Grizzly, I've won. It's the Bloodhound, of course it's the Bloodhound. There's the Grizzly. Yeah, I don't have to worry about having the pliers anymore. Oh, what? Oh, I only have one bone. I thought I had another bone. Whoops. Apparently I don't know how to count. So, yeah. So yeah, in that situation where you only have one bone, yes, you should draw a squirrel. But it's still nice to not have to draw from the side deck. Okay, it's the Trapper Trader, which I think is one of the better ones to get at the start. I think I would say Hooved, because that has the least useless one costs. No, wait, hold on, I might get an Elk Fawn. Oh gosh, if I get an Elk Fawn, it's all over. I don't want birds. I don't need another bird. Please don't be an Elk Fawn. Oh, that was very unexpected. That was very, very unexpected. I'm probably going to put that on the Cuckoo, though. You know, that's not too bad, because when I do get rid of the Cuckoo... Wow, an actual useful bird totem. Right, anything to support me. Another black goat. That's actually not bad. I don't care about the fan. Do I need a blocker? So the main issue I'm going to run into is I need to make sure I get a winning setup before I engage with the bears, which is not difficult to do. So I think that's fine. Because, yeah, I'll just be playing the clock anyway. I need to make sure I don't get forced to draw Pack Rat as well. Although at this stage, getting a Pack Rat is fine, I guess. Maybe I'll draw the Grizzly early, which would be very nice. I didn't. Drawing the Black Goat's actually a hindrance here. So maybe the best thing I can do... That's gonna swap there, that's gonna swap. He'll swap back. So yeah, maybe the best thing I can do is just play the Bloodhound, wait for the Grizzly, use the other Black Goat, and I need to make sure I do it here. So that's going to be another problem, it's waiting for the movements to line up. I could also just play the clock immediately. I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Ah, okay. I could kill one of the frogs, so I don't have to deal damage directly. Bloodhound's gonna move. Okay, yeah, that will allow me to stall more efficiently, because then I'm not taking too much damage. Cool. Now I can focus on the main deck. These two are just gonna swap places. Hopefully this is the Grizzly. Nope, I need to wait a turn. I can also sacrifice the Curious Egg if I am going to use the Black Goats. There you go, see? Curious Egg is paying off. Oh my gosh, still not the Grizzly? Really? No way. Okay, I'm just convinced the game is trolling me at this point. So it looks like I am gonna have to let the Bloodhound die, but that's not even a problem. Okay, I don't care about this Bullfrog. Should I get another Pelt for the sake of blocking? I don't think it really matters. Instead I'll buff the damage of the Grizzly a little bit. save the black goat if I'm going to use an item anyway. So that's not a bad idea. So off to a really good start, and it goes to show you, you know, you just need to put thought into your plays. None of this save scumming crap. So I'm pretty sure clock will open up this lane for me. Unless I've miscalculated. If I have miscalculated, it's all over. Because I have no way to block. There we go. Piece of cake. And I got to save the black goat. So that was nice. Maybe I'll keep this morsel totem. It's not very likely I'll find something else. I just need to find another item, or I need to buff this grizzly with 1 damage. Magpie. Magpie on the cuckoo. Because if I draw the cuckoo... Not sure about wild bull. It would help with the stat requirements, but this has better utility in the long run. And again, I want to focus on drawing from the main deck to build into the strength, which isn't really a strength. Okay, that's good. I prevented myself from getting... Oh, I can make another grizzly. Nice. But yeah, I prevented myself from getting a pack rat, which I had to do anyway, because there's not really any other way to get past the grizzlies. Wild bull is back. There we go. Stat requirement. So I need a card with 5 attack. I hope Goobert helps me out here. I do need 4 health and 5 health, which is actually quite difficult. I also need an insect and canine. No, hold on. What am I missing? Insect, hooved, avian, canine. Oh, reptile. I always forget about reptiles. I don't like reptiles a lot. Most of their cards are utility based. Ooh. Because this would help me with the bears again. Yeah, I'll take it. Maybe I can get a good card from here. Just please be Trial of Wisdom. I'm more or less guaranteed to win that. Okay. Not a great start. Also, please don't be a Raven Egg. Otherwise I'm going to have to play the Bloodhound. Okay, cool. I can waste some turns just drawing. I'll tank the damage. I'll have to take a hit here. Wild Bull, really? It's the Grizzly I want most, of course. It's fine, I can stall. See, if I was using a different deck... Oh my gosh, it's just not giving it to me. Come on! It's gonna be the last card. There we go. But yeah, you see, if I was using a different deck, I would be drawing squirrels right now in anticipation for the Grizzly. Oh. I can pull off a combo, isn't it? A very light combo. Cuckoo and Magpie synergize very well. I still can't really play this because I won't get the full damage. Does that matter though? I guess it does because I'm going to have to deal with the porcupine anyway. Maybe I'll keep Magpie so I can do this sacrifice loop. Nah. I think get rid of it. So yeah, this will allow me to get some nice overkill as well. Look at that, full 6 points. Oh, I didn't think about the mole jumping. I realized in hindsight when I said that, oh yeah, the mole's gonna jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't play the Bloodhound yet. That would have won. I'll just play the Wild Bull now. Okay, so I did actually get a lot more overkill. Which doesn't really help me much because I don't actually like going to trapper spaces. I always find the trapper to be more of a hindrance. You don't want to get too many pelts. Although it is nice if you need the knife. Trial of Wisdom. Perfect. Now hopefully some good rolls, not one cost. Oh, just as I said it. That cuckoo is painful. Because it might just die. That adder isn't any better. Ooh, gosh. I wouldn't mind merging these two. Yeah, that's very painful. I think I'm just going to stick with the adder. The wolf cub is painful as well. I just see that dying. Mycologists. It looks like I'm going to be merging 2 grizzlies then, which is good in the long run. It does help me with the bears, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be hatching any Curious Eggs this run, which is a shame. Look at that, I even met the stat requirement. Should I just not bother, just for fun? Do I want to win or do I want to have fun? Because look at how close I am, right? Tough call. Very, very tough call. It's quite depressing, honestly, when you get so close and then there's just an, like, more optimal play. So it's like, whatever, who cares? Also, I need a Bone Lord at some point. Just having 1 bone would be nice for these guys. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, I need to think about this. Okay, getting that at the start is not bad. So I could just use the magpie and then stall. I can't really draw the grizzly yet, so it's gonna have to be this. Please don't be a raven egg. Okay. I might actually win this without even getting the grizzly out. Which is kind of funny. There's one of them. I'll just play it next turn. Yeah, no matter how I look at it, the most optimal play is to merge the 2 grizzlies. It also gives 9 damage, which is the best amount of damage to have, since the lowest your scale can go is a point where you need to do 9 damage back to Leshy in order to do a full comeback. And with double strike, it means that even if there is something blocking, the next attack will kill. Or I could optimize my deck a bit more. I don't know, I don't feel like my deck is suboptimal at the moment. But if I do draw like Black Goat and I have to start with Wild Bull or Bloodhound, that could be risky. So maybe what I actually want is Hoarder on Black Goat, and don't merge the Grizzlies yet. Yeah, that might be better, to be honest, rather than putting it on the Cuckoo, because the Cuckoo is able to survive just fine. It can transfer its stats over. So I've talked myself out of merging 2 Grizzlies. Another Hoarder. Not bad. It does deal with the 4 health requirement. This is also really nice. I could merge these for that 4 health requirement as well, but then I lose the 3 damage. But this is really nice because it helps me search for cards. It's a shame. Ah, a chance to merge. Ooh. I could put another sigil onto you. It might be very risky in the next area though. So the next area is going to have Adders, isn't it? Yeah. So that's a bit too risky. Also, another mycologist. Wow. So the black goat is an instant win if I draw it. Otherwise, it's going to be cuckoo stalling. Bone Lord. Okay. Definitely want to go this way. This would net me less cards if I use an item, but Bone Lord is really handy because it means I don't have to have that situation of, oh, have I got enough bones or not? It's a shame I won't be able to put another sigil. I mean, I don't have to merge the Grizzlies. I could merge the Wild Bulls and just not put another sigil. But I feel like that kind of defeats the point. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm still mulling over a lot of things. But I feel like Bone Lord is necessary here. Coyote, okay. Just please don't be... Oh, Raven Egg. This was probably a bad idea. Okay, no, that worked out just fine. I don't want my Bloodhound to move. And then I win this turn. There's the Grizzly, but very late. That Cuckoo, well, Morsel even is saving a lot here. So I think now the optimal play is going to be a Grizzly merge. Or I could still merge the Wild Bulls. I feel like the game's really trying to push me into that position where I merge the Wild Bulls now. One of them is very useful as well because it can synergize with the Curious Eggs. I still need a reptile. So I think 4 health is easy. 5 health. Once it's damage, that's the hardest, and I've already taken care of it. So again, it's a question of whether or not I just want these, or if I want to have... Yeah, it's definitely a question of, should I have a successful run, or should I have a fun run? To be honest, thinking about Royal as well, having that extra damage and health on the Grizzly is just too good to pass up. I do need to use an item in this next one. I might not get another Mycologist. So it looks like I have no option here but to do that. Oh wait, I have a reptile. Wait. Oh, I'm missing insects. Why did I think I already had an insect earlier? I'm playing a completely different game apparently. Grizzly merge it is. Not too happy about that, but it's fine. So yeah, it doesn't look like Curious Eggs are going to pay up. This just turned out to be a Black Goat and Cuckoo run. Sacrifice the adder. That's the least useful. I'm saddened because it would have been fun, but it's just not efficient for Skullstorm. So yeah, this did just turn into a worse zero-cost deck run, which is usually what happens with Curious Egg, as I've mentioned previously. If I draw the Grizzly, it's an instant win. Better yet, I drew my Black Goat. Yeah, it's an instant win. That's it. It's over. I don't even need to use the clock, but I am going to use the clock because I don't want to draw a pack rat now. Or do I need 2 damage to it? No, I don't. So, yeah. There's nothing I can play. Just end it. If I had 2 clocks, I could give Leshy a Grizzly back. Although I don't think I want him to keep that one. Yeah, people are like, oh, Skullstorm is so RNG and stuff. You can see here, like, first attempt, no real issues. I say that now, I'm gonna get like turkey vultures instantly. That's what I get for being a cocky asshole. I could try to get like 5 damage, isn't it? Okay, there's still potential here. And I can also merge the 2 wild bulls. Trial of Wisdom, yep. There are some good utility cards that can be obtained from here. The main hope is no 1 costs. What? What are these cards? Unkillable is very interesting. That also gives me back the 5 health requirement. Rat King, I would say, is just too weak. It does have potential, but it's just way too weak. Okay, so I might be able to get these to hatch after all then. That's 5 health taken care of. It's really just the damage. I'm gonna have to gamble the wolf. Hopefully this is damage. So yeah, if this is successful, bravo. If not, then it doesn't really matter. Ah, yep. 5 health is the hardest. Sorry, 5 damage is the hardest. Maybe I get another grizzly here. That could be interesting. I don't care about the Bone Lord. There's no reason to go to him now. Okay, so this is going to be a stalling one. Oh boy. I might be forced to use the black goat here. Okay, no raven egg. How much damage am I about to take? Quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to play the grizzly. I'm just playing slowly because I don't want to accidentally play the wrong thing. The bones is very useless as an item. So yeah, now the cuckoo is actually holding me back because in this area, this is one of the worst areas to get as your last one. Easily one of the worst. Another grizzly. Oh. So I have to go by the Bone Lord because all of these are crap. What the hell, game? What is that? Is that a mycologist? It's in the dark. It looks like a mycologist to me. Yeah, it is. Really doesn't want me to go to a mycologist for some reason, but I get to anyway, so... Fuck you! Oh gosh. That is scary. That is... ooh, that is really scary. Ooh boy. Please don't be a raven egg. Okay. So I can just deal 4 damage. I'll take 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, I can just win this anyway. So yeah, that cuckoo is still, like, paying up very well. Amazing. Huh. Very happy with that. So this cuckoo is actually starting to become a problem. I don't think it really matters what I pick here, except kin. If it's kin, I've lost. I could potentially lose Trial of Blood. It's not very likely, but there is potential. I could potentially lose Trial of Health as well, so yeah. I'll just try Blood. Whatever. There we go. Why a bell ringer with Sprinter? What the What the hell, game? I could merge some curious eggs. Don't think it's worth it, though. Yeah, at this rate, they're not gonna hatch. It's such a shame. Look at that. Just losing requirement after requirement. Oh my gosh. Really? I think I might lose this one. Nope. Could I... Because I have the cuckoo. No, it wouldn't work. Okay, whatever. Yay! All those teeth, which I'm never going to use. Oh, I'm really sad. This is why you shouldn't play Curious Egg. This is the real reason. Not because, like, you won't get much use out of them. See, I did actually use them. They did save me a few times with blocking and so on, but you're just never going to get a chance to hatch them. It sucks. I think the lowest risk here is reptiles. Gosh, that's a terrible one. I could try and kill the cuckoo here. That might be a good idea. I need to transfer a sigil. Maybe Guardian on the River Snapper. Kill the cuckoo? Yeah, why not? If it survives, great. If it dies, whatever. And it survived. That's lovely. It's a lot more useful now. Need to make sure I don't win too quickly, though. I could still get rid of the cuckoo. I could also get rid of one of these curious eggs. Although I don't think that's a good idea. In this situation, ideally I draw the black goat. If not, stalling needs to be done. I might have to hit a few baked buckets. Because cuckoo wins in 2 turns, which is not good for me. I could take advantage of the raven. That's an idea. Okay, yeah. I just win instantly. It's disgusting. Vile filth. What the hell am I supposed to do with that? Let me just... Alright, Royal, you versus me. Still got those useless bones. I could get an item, to be honest. Wolverine is disgusting. That's another card I'm just not too happy about, but alright. So what is the best thing to do here? I don't really care about the totem. I think the best move is to reduce my card count, so I'll keep the curious eggs, but I'm going to transfer... there's not really a good transfer here, is there? It's definitely the Wolverine I need to get rid of, because if I draw it, what the hell am I supposed to do with it? But this isn't really a good sigil transfer. Like, not in the slightest. I mean, who knows, maybe this will kill a mole man, but it can't, so technically this one might be able to. Or mole sea man, as they are called. Ugh, stupid name. Gross name, kinda. So hopefully this doesn't attack my cuckoo instantly. This might be the run-ender. If I draw cuckoo first, and I'm not able to defend properly. Okay, Grizzly's here. That's quick. So yeah, if it attacks the Cuckoo instantly, that's going to be really bad. I'm going to have to play the River Snapper to compensate. Really? I fucking called it. I fucking called it. Now my biggest fear right now is that I play this and then it just gets dragged over and then a cannon appears. Okay, that's gonna block at least. Curious Egg, okay. Oh, it's not gonna block. So it will kill the Mole Seaman. But the zombie parrot's gonna come down anyway, and I'm gonna take damage, so I have to block with the Curious Egg. Because I'm pretty sure he attacks before the cannons fire. Also, might as well grab these now before I forget. Finally, I'll start dealing some damage back. Please don't kill my rivet. Really? It's fine, I can stall. What I really want is to let go right now. It's fine, after the zombie parrot he won't play anything else. So now I just need to wait. I also want to be lined up in a way where the grizzly won't take any damage. So having the wild bull out as well is going to help. Perfect. Oh, that's not perfect. Hold on. Oh, I can take the hit. I'll just wait. There you see? Being able to draw from the main deck and not have to waste time with squirrels is just very useful. Oh my gosh. It was the very last card. Yeah, that tracks. Okay. So, there is more potential here. I could get the Lammergeier out, and then put that on the Grizzly for more damage. I mean, I have a lot of bones. So it's not a bad idea. I'll just wait a bit. So yeah, I think this is the best I can do. I don't think I can do better than this. That's a nice amount of damage, to be honest. Oh, I played an extra one. Kill the bell ringer? Yeah. So hopefully it doesn't get hit by a cannon. But it's fine, I can use the sacrifices from this. Beautiful. No bleach. No. So even if I run into the out of cards effect, I'll be fine. That's useless, I'll just use it now. Boulder isn't too bad, because it can be used for some blocking while he's still sending out his crewmates. It can also be used for sacrificing. It's a shame that this has FD. Since I'm just getting back into it, I'm going to get confused with several names. That's it. That's Skullstorm with Curious Egg. Let's get some damage in with a boulder. Why not? Skullstorm is so difficult. To be fair, I am just super experienced with this game. Although, the first time I beat Skullstorm, it took me like 3 or 4 attempts. It wasn't too bad. You really just need to take time with your decision making and not overthink it too much. I think the Grizzlies is definitely the hardest part, but once you know how to deal with them, you're fine. Or if you get a way to deal with them, I should say more accurately. But yeah, these are the stats. I'm gonna screenshot that. That's pretty much it. Nothing else to add here, to be honest. It was just another Inscryption run. Just showing my stats to show I didn't do an additional run. That was definitely a single run. I mean, it's clear from the footage that this is a single run, but yeah. That's it. Thank you.